Welcome to Stager Savvy, insider secrets to stage your home and sell it for more. My name is Stephanie. This is the podcast where we bring you the latest tips, tricks, and expert insights from the world of professional staging. And I'm joined by my friend and fellow staging expert, Kandice.
Hi, everyone. We may be competitors in the Denver market, but we believe in abundance and collaboration over competition. And we're here to share our collective knowledge with you. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn from the experts. This is Stager Savvy.
All right. Hey, everybody. Hi, Kandice. How are you doing?
Hi, Stephanie. I'm doing great. How are you?
I am good. We have a fantastic episode. The last couple have been great, and today is going to even build on that to give tons of info. We're going to talk about how to declutter your home, because that's the number one tip that we recommend, right? Like when people don't know where to start with decluttering.
Right. And so many people don't really understand what that means. I mean, they think, oh, I'm just going to pack my stuff away, but there's so much more to it than decluttering.
For sure. And as far as staging goes, like we even want them to pack certain things and leave certain things out.
Right.
So we're going to dive into all of that. You're going to learn how decluttering is important before going on the market, because it's going to help you sell faster. It's going to help you sell for more money. And if you think it's not important, listen in, because we're going to tell you all the reasons why it's so important, why it matters to you when you're selling your home. And just you'll learn all the things so that you know why you need to do it.
Yeah. And it's the number one thing that realtors say to their sellers: you got to declutter. Well, we're going to explain what exactly that means.
That's right. Even those realtors, I think, who aren't necessarily into staging or don't have a staging person that they refer out, or even, just if they're not quite there yet, like they know to tell you to declutter. Like it's the main thing. So I can't believe we haven't talked about it before. So I'm glad we're jumping into it today, because it's a staple of staging. It's a staple of selling your home, because you want to get the most money. You want people to be able to envision themselves in your home, and with all your junk around, it makes it hard for them to do that.
Yes.
Right. Also, the other thing I tell people a lot too, like there's a few things with clutter, right? Like when there's too much stuff, it makes the spaces feel smaller because they feel tight and cluttered.
Yeah.
But it also, buyers are seeing your stuff and they're not like noticing the bones of the home.
Right.
Which is the reason they're there and what they need to see. So we really want, when you declutter and when you kind of minimalize what's in there, it helps the buyers really see the home for what it is, which is what they're getting. So that's what they need, right?
Right. And it doesn't mean just your photos and your knickknacks. It's so much more than that. It's removing furniture. It's removing excess, books, and just so many other things. So we're going to dive into that.
Yes. And the biggest question I get: where do I start? What do I pack? What do I do? This is going to take forever. It's so much work, right?
And it is.
It totally is. It's a lot of work. But if you do this pre-packing and you're getting that head start on packing, so when you close, you're halfway done, or maybe even more than halfway done. Like it's going to be so much easier at the closing table, because you're getting that head start on getting your stuff packed up. Maybe you're getting stuff purged. Like that's important too. You don't want to just throw everything in boxes and move it. What if you don't want it?
Right.
So let's talk about all of those things.
Let's do.
Kandice found this fabulous website. So we're kind of following her format as opposed to reinventing the wheel. And we're going to show you some pictures from her website, because she's got some great cluttered pictures that we wanted to share. So this is a good one to watch on YouTube if you're just listening. So hop over to YouTube and check us out there so you can see some of these pictures. But the website is, I forgot, I got to go look her up. StageMyOwnHome.com.
StageMyOwnHome.
So she's got a ton of great articles on there. So check her out. I don't know who she is to give her credit.
Right.
Because she doesn't have any personal info, but that's the website, StageMyOwnHome.com. Right. So let's dive in. Let's do. I don't really know where to start. It's the most important, also the most time-consuming piece.
Yeah.
I mean,
and she listed a study here. According to a survey taken by a Boston marketing firm, the average American wastes 55 minutes a day, roughly 12 weeks a year, looking for misplaced items.
That's crazy, because we all have too much stuff.
We all have too much stuff. Absolutely. So it's going to give you a head start unpacking when you declutter.
Awesome.
So everybody wants more space when they move, right? They want more space in their linen closet and their cloak closet and their, and so when they see all this excess stuff, they think there's not enough room.
Right. They think, oh, you're busting at the seams in this house, so I probably will be too, right?
Right.
So it's important. Even people think closets are kind of at the bottom of our priority list sometimes, but they're important because buyers are going to open those closets. So if you've gotten rid of all the extra stuff that you don't need, I'm always telling sellers to like think of what you're going to need in the next couple of months. Right. Everything else can go in a box because you're going to have to pack it anyway to get it to the new place. So pack it up now. Like get the closets, the counters, the everything looking nice and minimal. And then again, people can see that space, and that's what they're looking for.
But we're not talking about just packing it up and putting it in the garage. We're talking about, let's go through it and let's figure out, do we still want this stuff? Do we still wear these clothes? Do we know what's in all these boxes in our basement anyway? So why move that to the next house when you don't even know if it's there, and then go through it then? No, let's get rid of it before we move it.
I've been telling my mom this for like 20 years, I swear.
Yes.
But no, so the whole purging piece that goes with that is, as you're tackling something, you need to have those. I like to tell people like the three bins, right? You have your trash pile, you have your donate or sell pile, and you have your keep pile.
Right.
And just put it, if it's sentimental and you're struggling and you don't know where to put it, maybe you could have a maybe pile too, and you come back to it when you have a little more bandwidth. But for the most part, like make a place for it. There's something they say to like think about. What are the questions you're supposed to ask yourself? Like, have I used this in the last however long? Have I used it in the last year? If I haven't, why haven't I? Why am I still holding on to it? Like all of those things to ask yourself. Get yourself a psychology session with yourself. And get to the heart of why you're holding on to that. Does it actually mean something? Do you think it means something? Like, I don't know.
And this gal talks about, think about it for, a few seconds. And if it's really meaningful for you, but you don't really want it anymore, take a picture. Then you still have that memory inside of you, but the stuff is gone. Because so much, and all this clutter is a energy suck for us.
Yes.
Right. And feng shui says to minimize all of that for harmony in your space and in your life. And so that's why this is so important, because not only are you feeling that stress of all of this stuff in your house, but if you're trying to sell, the buyers are going to wonder if the home is well taken care of, if they see all this stuff, and they can't actually see the spaces through all of this stuff. So
it feels like it's not been maintained well.
Right.
If you've got all this clutter, because they assume, if, like you said, if you can't take care of your laundry or your clutter or your whatever, like surely you're not making sure the house is well taken care of too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, she's got a good little blurb on feng shui here. Like, so if you're not familiar, it is an ancient Chinese home design philosophy concerned with creating harmony and stability in your space. But
who doesn't want that?
What?
Who doesn't want that?
Who doesn't want that, right?
Yep.
And those feng shuiists, those people who believe all this stuff, they believe that all objects and spaces have different energies that affect each other in different ways, and that everything you bring into your home, I think you said this already, has positive and negative effects on the energy in your home. And if you're putting out this crazy energy, buyers are feeling that too.
They definitely will.
Right.
Yeah.
So really, feng shui and home staging goes hand in hand. There's so many elements of feng shui that feed right into home staging and make perfect sense. And we're going to do a whole episode on feng shui probably next, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cluttered homes have bad energy, so that when the home buyers walk in, they're feeling that energy, that tension, that yuckiness, and they may not know why it doesn't feel good, but it doesn't feel good to them. And we don't want that. So that decluttering is, again, that first step into making it feel peaceful and having the good energy and all of those things.
And so let's just talk about what qualifies as clutter, because I kind of briefly mentioned that.
Yeah,
but
jump in.
Unfinished projects that you swear someday you're going to finish.
Yeah.
Move it on out. Clothes, shoes, bedding, anything you haven't worn or used for years. I got a closet full of clothes I need to declutter.
Right. Well, when you've been in your home, like we've both been in 25 plus years.
Yep.
Like you collect things over time.
You do.
So yeah.
So other sorry to interrupt you, but other things are hobby clutter.
Mm-hmm.
We briefly talked about knickknacks, sentimental pieces. So many people you and I work with are moving for variety reasons, but sometimes it's the death of someone, and so it's a very painful process to move that stuff on. Right. But it can help you with your closure. Other things, endless paperwork. I mean, and mail. There's so much in our lives that we need to just get rid of that. Piles of books and magazines. Photographs, electronic cords running all around.
Oh my God.
3 boxes that have been stored for years in the basement. You don't even know what's in there.
I keep thinking of my mom. She has like these stacks of like HGTV magazines that she's collected over there. I'm like, do you look through those? Like, are you using that? And then you said, what else did you say? Oh, cords. She has a bag. She has a friend that makes fun of her because she has a bag full of cords. She doesn't know what they go to, I'm sure. Right. Maybe a couple of them she does. But yeah, bag full of cords that
time to go.
Yeah. If you don't have like all of the things that you're using every day, you know exactly where their cord is. So you probably don't need all these extra cords.
That's so true.
Right? For extra things. Yeah. Like you have the cords that you need. Let the extra cords go. Okay. Sorry. Right. Go ahead. Continue.
That's okay. So, and the last one was overflowing kitchen and bath counters. Oh, too many items. I know in my bathroom, I have so many products that I'm not actually using.
Yes.
That I need to go through and get rid of the clutter in there. So I'm sure a lot of people feel that same way.
For sure. Well, we collect stuff, or we get this eyeshadow palette and we use it for a month, and then we find the next new thing or whatever, and it just sits there.
Yep.
Like why we don't need that.
I think people, are overwhelmed with that, but then they go, well, what am I going to do with it all?
Right.
So we're going to talk about some solutions to the clutter, what to do with it when you're selling.
Yeah, the storage idea, because and that's when I'm doing a staging consult and talking to people about extra stuff and where to put it. Like that's the biggest question is, well, where am I supposed to put it?
What do I do with it?
Yeah. And some people have basements, and that's okay. We can fill the basements. Maybe it can go in the side of a garage if you're selling. Like people know you're moving. But the big idea today is really to purge some of that stuff so you don't have quite as many boxes out there. Right. And if you don't have the basement, I was at a home yesterday, there's no extra outdoor space. There's no basement. There's nothing extra. It was just a small little space. So like they're looking at getting a pod or a storage unit or whatever. And it's not a long-term solution. Like you don't want to leave your stuff there for years because you didn't go through it. But if you went through it and you're going to want it in your next home, but it's not ideal in your current home for staging, then it belongs in storage.
Right.
or somewhere where you can get, maybe even you have a friend who's willing to let you put it in their basement or something like that. But I mean, there's lots of options.
Yep.
A lot of people have empty basements that, oh yeah, you can throw your
Right.
stuff in here for 6 months. Big deal.
Right. I do like the idea, and I tell my clients a lot that people expect to see boxes. They know you're moving. So using the garage, and it's amazing how many people are like, but I need my garage for my car.
Right.
And I think, well, how long are you going to be without your garage? Hopefully not that long. And
Yeah.
can you not give, a short period of time? So if you put your boxes in the far corner, I mean, people still want to see your garage.
Right.
But I think that's one of the best solutions. If
I agree. And I think it's
deal
getting
with
in
it.
people's heads too, that like, I don't know if they think moving is going to be really easy and not any discomforts. That's not the right word, but whatever, right? When they're moving. But if you think about it, like moving is a big deal. You're going to have some obstacles in your way, and not parking in your garage for a week might be one of the obstacles you have to overcome. Like that's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of moving, right? You gotta
exactly. Now, if it was winter, okay, but
still
in general, I think it's still the best thing.
Yeah, I agree. Because I mean,
other options, make a plan for unwanted items.
Yeah.
I mean, consider either donating to Goodwill or your favorite charity. Also having a garage sale or a yard sale, selling on Marketplace. I mean, maybe you don't have a use for that anymore, but there might be someone out there on Marketplace or Craigslist who would really appreciate that.
For sure.
And that's time consuming as well, but
it is.
Sometimes it feels better to do that than to just donate it or throw it away.
Yeah.
So that's
I agree.
Really good.
And there's free groups if you're on Facebook a lot. There's free groups on Facebook that are like for free for your town. And even if you just want to get it into somebody else's hands that can actually use it instead of like donating it somewhere, because they may toss it, they may sell it, they may, who knows what.
Right.
It may go to somebody who's going to resell it or whatever. And you're like, I'd rather it go to somebody who needs this, somebody who's just starting out or getting back on their feet or whatever. And so that some of those groups can be good in that way too, just because here, I have this, who needs it?
Right.
Come and get it.
Instead of just tossing it in the trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. We talked about the storage. Pods are nice because they come right to your driveway and they like plunk the thing down and you fill it up and they take it away. And
I think it's an amazing choice.
Yeah, it's out of your hair until you're ready to move in the next place, and then they bring it back to you and whatever. So that's great. Yeah. Garage or basement.
Okay.
I think that's it.
The other thing we should mention is that excess furniture can be clutter, because when buyers come in to a space and it's full of furniture, the room feels small and cramped and dark, most likely. So excess furniture, gosh, we deal with that all the time, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, and the big question, what am I supposed to do with it? How am I supposed to get it up the stairs? Like, whatever.
And so many times it's sentimental piece from great grandma, from 100 years ago, which, I get that people are sentimental for these things, but they have to kind of step back and think about, do you want to continue to carry on this stuff? Your children don't want it, most likely.
Right.
And so maybe in that case, you do take a picture of it so that you can remember it, and then you given it to an estate sale company or an antiques dealer or something like that, because we want the space to feel open and welcoming, and it doesn't always do that when there's too much furniture.
For sure. Too much furniture is another big thing that I see a lot. Like we talk about decluttering. I mean, that's always a number one, but that's it too. People have way too much furniture a lot of times. Yeah.
Or too little, but when it's too much, that can be a problem. And that is part of decluttering.
It is. In fact, we have that. I have a good picture I could share on the website, but I also have it printed so I could just show this. Like too much furniture. Here's an example.
No, that doesn't work.
That doesn't work. All right,
That
let me share my
if you pull it up. But I love the picture on there right now of the
let me share my screen. Let me show you too much furniture.
Yeah, show us too much furniture.
Yes, like whoa. I mean, it makes it look like there's no counter space. Right. And they're like, where am I going to put all my stuff? There's no room for anything. That's all anybody's going to think of.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a biggie. Oh, whoops. I'm looking at the wrong picture. Here we go. Next picture is, what's this one? Oh, dark furniture.
With too much furniture.
Too much furniture.
So
like
it's a very nice sized bedroom, but it doesn't feel that way with all that furniture in there.
Yep.
Big, dark furniture.
It feels cramped, and the furniture is huge. So it makes you think that the room is tiny. And so you could have the bed and the two side tables. And I would even ask, it probably doesn't, but I would ask the seller if, hey, does the bed come apart? Can we take those spindle things off? Right? If we got rid of those and we have the two side tables, the rest of that furniture can get out of there. We don't need all that stuff. We want to see that space.
Exactly.
Right. Here's a messy office. It's just not going to make anybody feel
that's not even that bad. I've seen so many way worse.
It's not. I was thinking that too when I saw this picture. I'm like, well, it's not awful. How about a closet? Closets aren't important. Oh my gosh. They are important, right? Like get that cleaned out so they can
not look like that.
If that had a quarter of the stuff in it, they could see the floor. They could see how big the closet was. Right now, it feels like a tiny little closet because it's overstuffed. And things are falling out of it. What else we got? Here's just a mess.
Stuff.
Bad energy. Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, right as you walk in the door too. I mean, and this perfect example of so many people's basements. Do you even know what's in all those boxes?
Right. Go through it. Get rid of the stuff. And have it nice and organized so that even if you do still have some boxes down there, there's at least some purpose to the boxes and you know where everything is.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I mean, your bathroom counter. This is a no for sure. Personal items feel personal, so they have to go.
Exactly.
Nobody can envision themselves in that bathroom.
No, not with all their stuff.
There's our pods. What other pictures? Oh, here's a good one. This is too much furniture in the space.
Oh my gosh. And too much
it feels small, right?
Too much everything.
Too much everything for sure. So if you get some of that stuff out of there and minimize it a little bit, it's going to feel so much larger and more purposeful. Because right now there's like too many things to do in here. You don't know where to focus. You don't know where to pay attention. So we need to define those spaces more clearly by being more minimal with all of the things.
Yeah. So what do you need to declutter? What things do you need? You need packing boxes. So it's good to be prepared in advance with all the products or the things that you need to help pack up what you want to keep and move some things out. So you need boxes.
For sure. Yeah. Right? Prepare to move. Get your stuff. Get ready.
Boxes of every size. And even small boxes are important for books and little treasures.
Yep. Oh, for sure.
You can get free
heavy
boxes.
Stuff. You can't
Sorry, what'd you say?
And heavy stuff. Like you can't put a lot of heavy stuff in a big box. So maybe you need smaller boxes so variety of sizes. That's all.
Oh my gosh. My son, when he was moving, he has a hard time getting rid of things, but he also didn't understand the art of packing boxes. So he had all these boxes with things coming out of them instead of taping them shut. So we're putting them in a storage. And it's like, okay, what do we do with all these open boxes full of stuff? We need them to be able to be shut. So
you can't stack anything if they're open.
You would think that would be basic, but whatever. I do know that you can buy, it says on her website that you can go to move.org for a place that lists various places you can get moving supplies. So that's
nice.
That's a good tip. Move.org, which I would have never thought about that. So
no, me neither. That's good. A lot of people need that. So yeah, for sure.
They do.
What else? We've got our packing boxes. A lot of people nowadays I'm seeing using plastic tubs because they're reusable.
And they're super sturdy.
I've even saw something the other day about open a tub rental business. It's like, what?
Wow.
But I think it was for that. Like, buy yourself a bunch of tubs, and then when you're done moving, then maybe you can sell them or rent them out to other people who are moving. I don't know.
Right. Well, and you know what? I go to U-Haul all the time, and they rent those boxes.
So they do.
That's an option too. Instead of buying them, rent them from them and then return them when you're done. But at least they make things stackable and easy to move.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
What else? Bubble wrap or newspaper or whatever. Packing materials.
Materials, yeah.
You gotta cozy that stuff up.
You need tape. Tape those boxes. You need a marker to mark where they all go and what's in them.
What's in them, what room it belongs to, whatever makes sense to you. But I like room by room, and then even the contents, like kitchen, pots and pans, kitchen plates, whatever, so that you know even kind of where in each room it should go when it comes time to unpack. Like you can get it close to the right spot. So that's good. Trash bags.
Trash bags are great for all those things that you're getting rid of. So have a bunch. I love those ones at Home Depot that are contractor bags, and they are giant. Dirty. So you can pack the heck out of them.
I saw a great hack the other day too. This is like after you've gone through your closet, your clothes and whatever, and you're ready to just pack them up. They laid down a sheet and took the stuff out of the closet and threw it on the sheet, took some more stuff out of the closet and threw it on the sheet. And then they like tied the sheet all up and just carried it out.
Oh, clever.
I was like, so it stays clean, but you don't need to waste a box for it. And kind of easy to carry, like a, like that's kind of clever. So sheets can help you pack too. Or pillowcases. Yeah. You could empty drawers into pillowcases, I suppose, for clothes.
Yeah, I suppose.
I don't know. I haven't moved in a long time, so
her suggestion and our suggestion is don't go into this thinking you're going to do the whole house at one time.
Oh gosh,
because that's just a glutton for punishment there. So for your mental health, take it room by room.
Yes.
So today we're doing the master bathroom. Primary bathroom.
Primary.
And spend time working on it. It doesn't even have to be a long period of time. I mean, you can do 20 minutes, and then if you need to walk away, you can walk away. But every little bit will help.
For sure. I like the room. I tell staging people that all the time too, like clients, for when they're staging and all that, like tackle one room, get one room decluttered and staged, and whatever you need to do, paint it or touched up, or like take care of that, and then that space is done. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Right.
Yeah. Same with decluttering for sure. And even if it's overwhelming, I think to jump into the whole thing, like start with a closet, because small space, a little bit easier to manage, right? And closets tend to have, I guess it depends on the closet. I was going to say less personal stuff. I'm thinking of like a coat closet or the linen closet or whatever. Like that should be pretty easy.
It should.
Winter coats you need a couple of times a year. Is it winter? No, pack them up.
Yep.
And have you worn this one? Is it your favorite? Like, which of those 27 coats do you actually wear on a consistent basis?
And maybe the rest for like the linen closet. Are you using 20 pairs of sheets?
Right.
No. Are you using 100 towels regularly? No. And so let's just get rid of what you're not using.
Yeah, for sure. Or even a drawer can be a good place to start, like a junk drawer, or a dresser in the bedroom is another good place to start. Like, think of an area as opposed to like the whole room. Go through things one by one. Like, you don't want to just dump a whole box because you don't know what's in it. I mean, maybe you do. If you haven't opened the box in 5 years, maybe you clearly don't need what's in there and just do it. But like, one thing at a time. Does this fit? No. Okay. Next. Like, try to get out of your own head and get out of your own way in order to tackle this process.
And I think you can also, after you get it all decluttered, to go ahead and just clean it. And then that room or space is checked off and you can move on to the next one.
Exactly. It's done. Yeah, it's done for sure. Okay. I think we about got through. What else do we have?
Oh,
yeah. Spotlessly clean. If you're going to sell your home, it has to be spotless. It has to be super clean. Nobody wants to come into your grime. So get it decluttered, get it organized, get the furniture arranged how it should be arranged for staging. Get it clean, and then set the pretty staging stuff out for the final details and presentation and all of that. Yeah. So good.
Awesome. Hopefully we have helped people figure out what decluttering is, what clutter is, how to go about the process, what they need to declutter, and where it should go.
I think so. I think this was good. And I'm glad you stumbled upon this girl's website. I wish I knew what her name was, but
I know.
Whatever. Stage Your Home. What was it again? I better we'll give her one more shout out.
StageMyOwnHome.com.
StageMyOwnHome.com. There you go. Go check her out. She's got lots of good blog and info and stuff on there. So, declutter your home. It's the most important thing you can do to prepare your home for sale so that you can get the best price and sell in the least amount of time.
Right. And it will feel so good. Every room you do, you will feel so much better.
Yes.
And you'll get better at it, and you'll get better at making decisions and getting things out.
Yes.
So,
a lot of it's mindset. Sorry, go ahead.
I said, good luck with your decluttering.
That's right. Good luck with your decluttering. Get yourself in the right headspace. That's a whole nother thing we need to talk about probably too. But when you're in the middle of, do I keep it? Do I not? Like, get yourself ready for that. Like, it's a big mindset issue. You have to be ready to do it.
Right.
But if you're moving, there's no better time to get yourself ready than when you're moving, because you don't want to move all that stuff.
You don't.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hopefully this was helpful. Let us know comments, thoughts, whatever below.
Even episode things you want to hear from us, because we love to talk and help people with their staging and their moving.
For sure. Post your episode ideas below, or email us with ideas, whatever. We would love to hear what you want to hear about. So, all right. We'll see you next time.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to Stager Savvy, insider secrets to stage your home and sell it for more. We hope you've enjoyed our discussion on home staging and gained valuable insights that you can apply to your own real estate journey.
If you have any questions or ideas for future episodes, or would like to learn more about our services, please feel free to visit our website, stagersavvy.com, or reach out to us directly at stagersavvy@gmail.com. We're always happy to help.
And don't forget to subscribe to our podcast to stay up to date on the latest episodes. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review. Your feedback is incredibly valuable to us, and it helps us improve our content and reach more people.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.